G'day guys, we're back in the van. Today we'll be installing some car builders sound deadener. This stuff stops the panels from resonating, like you can hear it right now. It's super duper tinny, so apparently the kill mat is meant to stop that. So the plan is to install kill mat on the wheel arches, in the little doodad cavities there and around, and then we'll most likely install a couple of sheets on the roof, but obviously before we do that, we got to remove the roof panel.
We also need to clean the car with this wax and grease remover so that things can stick nicely, and so it's just nice and clean from the get-go. So
we've got these Fandangle little rollers. So this helps us like apply the sound deadener, and then a pair of scissors. I'm a bit skeptical as to whether or not these will be able to cut through the sound deadener, but we'll give it a whirl. If they don't work, we'll obviously get better scissors. So first cut of the car builders sound deadener.
Smooth.
Smooth like butter, apparently. And those are just a regular pair of scissors. Seems to be cutting quite well. But yeah, scissors cutting the pieces. We're going to completely cover the wheel arches. And then as we said, we're going to cover the panel. Oh, what happened to your finger?
I don't know.
Damn. The install of the sound deadener was pretty simple and a lot easier than expected. We essentially cut the sound deadener sheets to size, peeled off the paper backing, and whacked it onto the surface we wanted to sound deaden. Note, I'm pretty sure you only need like 50% coverage, so we may have gone a little overboard. But it is what it is. Oh, and pro tip, you can also use the handle of your little rolly to get into the nooks and crevices of the vehicle. So we've just applied our first bit of car builders sound deadener. Suze, what do you think?
I think we did the right thing. We did get a bit of a gas bubble in here, in this one, but Tommy just cut it and we like pushed that air out. I think it's good to do it in a big section like this.
And the next bit, we'll go down something like that. It's pretty easy to install. Just remove the non-stick backing, slap it on, and then use your little roller or whatever it is, push it into place. As Susie mentioned, be cautious of air bubbles. But yeah, seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So we've finished the install. Let's have a quick gander. You can see we've done the wheel arches, the side panels, and that's pretty well it. It's a lot less tinny, which is kind of cool. We only ended up using one box of the sound deadener, one complete box. It allowed us to do both wheel arches in their entirety, and then most of the panels here have got pretty decent coverage. We think maybe another box or even half a box should do with the roof. We're going to leave it there. The next time you see us, it'll probably be daytime and a different day, and we'll be wearing different clothes.
And we'll do the roof.
Yeah, and we'll do the roof. But that's the sound deadener. Hey. So Suze, walk us through what you're doing.
Taking out these little rivets, and they're the biggest pain in the butt. So I use the screwdriver to get up and underneath, under here, and then I slip these guys into there. And then I need two hands because I'm weak, and then pull down.
We've pulled out the lights. They were pretty easy, just a couple of screws. And then these strips, you pretty much just grab them.
You gave yourself the easy jobs, didn't you, Tommy?
I don't know about that, Liz. See, you just it sort of just unclips. There you have it. And it looks like this just comes down.
Nice. I was not expecting this.
Neither. Pretty cool though, alright? Like it's just like a weird plastic. Oh wow, and there's that bit. And that's our roof. This is what we got to work with. Susie's just cutting up some of the sound deadener, and we'll whack it on some of these panels to reduce that resonance and reverberation stuff.
Is reverberation a word?
It is now.
Reverbing.
Reverbing. Emmy Van Gogh.
Emmy Van
Gogh. You want to tell the people what we're doing?
We are going to be installing this insulation to the roof and then maybe to the sides. And Emma's going to be our supervisor.
We're going to be installing some van liner, which is essentially a 10mm closed cell foam with one side that's adhesive and the other side has a like aluminium foil sort of cover. And the idea being it's thermal insulation as well as sound insulation.
Pro tip when measuring curbing surfaces is you can use a piece of string to measure it out more accurately so that, you know, when we put the foam up on top of the roof, we cut enough to cover the whole space. If we just measured it with a tape measure, it would be too short. So the string works a bit better.
Amy, do you agree? Yes. The install of the van liner was pretty straightforward. You essentially just remove the backing and then whack it onto the surface that you're wanting to stick it onto. It didn't take us too long. It was a bit tedious, but we got it done in the end. That's more or less the van insulation done. We've got our walls insulated, as you can see behind us. We've got the ceiling insulated and we've got our floor insulated. We'll cover what we did for the flooring in next week's video. Pretty much show you the whole flooring process. So stay tuned for that. If you like what you see and see what you like, hit that like and subscribe button. So as far as our insulation goes, we did it in two separate parts. We got our car Builders Sound Deadener, which essentially stops the reverberation, stops the vibration of big metal panels, which makes for a more pleasurable, quieter ride. We also went with the car Builders van liner, which that's sort of where we're getting most of our thermal insulation from. It's essentially like 10mm foam with an adhesive backing and you just whack it into place. We didn't really go overboard with our insulation. The main reason being it doesn't get crazy cold here in Australia, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Worst of the worst, we put more insulation in the future, but we'll tackle that if we need to tackle that in the future. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself and see you next time. Bye.